Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nick. Well, let me try to get this where we can see a little bit better. That ain't working so well. Maybe this will. Maybe this will. Oh. Alright guys, not the world's best angle, but honestly, what I would usually use is at the other house, part of this whole two house thing as we're going through the transition. But today we're going to cut a little bit of eggs, and what they are is a killer bee female bred to my lemon blast scaleless head. So of course the cream of the cream of the crop, so to speak, would be a killer spinner scaleless head. Killer spin scaleless head, right? All right. I won't be able to see all the comments once I start cutting because the way the phone angle is going to be. For those of you who are new, and first of all, before I start, I want to give a quick thank you to all your guys for all your support in the loss of my favorite snake, the year Chaos. You know, a lot of people have wondered why we didn't send that off, why we didn't do some certain things like in the cropsy. And the thing is, guys, when you breed, babies are gonna die. It's a very unfortunate part. You're gonna lose a few every year at a certain size. You know, you may have years where you lose none, you may have years where you lose more. It's almost like odds. You're going to have a few. You know, our first years we didn't lose any, but we were also a very small production. It's just this year it happened to be, you know, that one snake, and that's why it was kind of a big deal for us. It sucks losing any babies. That one just hurt a lot more, and I wanted to share what it did. But that's why we didn't send out for necropsy. There was nothing we were going to find out that would be able to change what we do. It's just part of that, right? So anyway, guys, like I say, I always like to stay positive, and we're going to get the egg cutting here, and maybe we'll find something really cool, really special in these. So, without further ado, let's get started. Again, I won't be able to see comments. I'm going to be working over here. Here goes nothing. These eggs are about 55 days in the cooker. And they feel ready to cut. Well, that's a hell of a good start right there. Can't see everything on that egg or on that snake for sure to see what's all going on. And getting movement. Can't see the head to see if it's scaleless head. Definitely at least a pastel. Of course, everything should be at least pastel, right? Because we use a killer bee. Truth be told, that's all I'm certain on that one is pastel. So we should not have any normals here. If we have any normals, then something went wrong. Ooh, that's got pinstripe in it and lemon blast. Actually, that might be a spinner. Very, very thin lines. That might be a spinner. So that's really cool. Really cool, really cool, really cool. Let's see what else we got here. And that does confirm the dad because this is the first pinstripe male that she has ever been paired to. Man, I'm not trying to lose all that albumin. Albumin. A technical term for junking an egg. What is going on with this one? Alright, here's what I can kind of see the head on. But not enough to see what we got going on there. Oh, bummer. I wish I could just see the head if it was scaleless head or not. We might make just a little extra cut here to see if we can. I'm not seeing scaleless head in that one right now. I'm also not seeing enough of it to tell for sure. We're not going to like try to force that thing out because that'd be ridiculous to do. It's going to be really hard to tell the scaleless head while we're still working in the egg. There's some super pastel goodness. And I can see the head on that one too. And again, I can't see enough in the egg because they're all wet and liquidy to tell if we have scaleless head going on right now in any particular snake. Although that one looks like it's promising. I'll show you what I'm seeing here in just a minute. Good movement in that one. The main thing so far is everything looks really healthy, really formed. Given our caramel clutches, that's a big win. Ooh, it's cool. Very nice, very nice. Oh, hot damn. That thing's really cool looking. I can't see the head on it. You know, you always want to be able to cut these and know everything right away, but it just doesn't work that way. At least not for me anyway. Not having a real good angle on this one, so I'll have to make some adjustments. I'm sure right now you're seeing the back of my hand only. Sorry about that. All right, let's take a look at what we got. Really? There we go. I was having a hard time wanting to stay with this there. So we'll go ahead and show you what we got out of here that we know. Excuse me. And again, there is no concern about anything being a normal. Normals are impossible because using the killer bee. So the killer bee, of course, is a super pastel spider, meaning we will have at least everything's going to at least be pastel, right? If any of you are YouTubers as well. We get a few on here, other YouTubers that watch. So that was the first thing we cut right there, and it looks to be pastel from what I can see. And everything did move. I won't go poking them again. Then we cut that one. That's one I wonder if it's a spinner, which would be really cool. Here is our super pastel. This one I can see the head on. I can't see if it's scaleless or not. This was one we could see the head on originally, but just ducked it back in there. That's got at least lemon blast. Now look at the amount of the pinstripe markings on there, and then look at them on here. See what I'm thinking? We got a spinner sitting there, and you can see the nose of that spinner. That was one we could see the head on, but I couldn't see enough of it to tell if it was scaleless at all. So spinner blast there, I do believe. This is a lemon blast, maybe a killer blast, probably a lemon blast. Super pastel there. There is what could not be another spinner blast. This thing, I can get the flap to lift up, is really cool in there. Cannot wait for it to get out. I'm not even going to try until we see it. So that'll be really cool. And then we've got another spinner, or no, sorry, another lemon blast there. And then right here, we have what looks to be at least a pastel, and most likely just a pastel. So that is, put the lid back on here, going to be it. It's a little cool in the house today, so I won't keep on here very long with these back in the incubator. Then we're going to go over to the reptile house for our Patreon portion. I got a couple things we'll be doing over there to include, you know, just setting up some more stuff, things like that, and kind of talking about some of the things going on. So there we are. This is a really highly anticipated clutch, and I'm really holding my excitement in on it. And I did, Todd. I just went live and cut. We've only been going about 10 minutes. The reason I'm holding my excitement on it is because I'm really looking for that scaleless head gene, right? And there's no way I'm going to tell that, and they have to come out or to get a shed out of them most likely, and then really inspect them because it can be very, very hard to see. Some of them are really clear, some of them are not so clear. So we're going to have to really kind of look into that. I do plan on having a holdback or two from this clutch, and I am waiting on another scaleless head clutch to come any day now. So I'm hoping to find more eggs. I'm at the other house. We just pulled egg set number 19 and put it in the incubator the other day. I've got at least 20 and 21 and I think 22 to come. There's a lesser ghost delay, the darkness delay, and a fire yellow belly delay. The fire yellow belly will be the other scaleless head clutch. We did breed our scaleless head to 3 females, including a champagne, but the champagne, she didn't go this year. As far as hit or miss times, we don't know yet. We got to wait till they come out. With scaleless head, it's really, really hard to tell. And yeah, the vent scale too, morph mixology, is a really important thing to look at. Other animals can have that split anal vent. All scaleless head will have that split anal vent. But you can also look at the head on the scales on the head, and there may not be a patch missing, but there'll be a wider gap between the pieces. It's almost, and this is where the micro scale term comes from. And of course, micro scale is either a different line or a different morph. Depends on who you talk to. But I can tell you that scaleless head will have some microscalation as well. And I believe rattlesnakes have microscalation when they're het scaleless head. I'm trying to prove that theory out. We have a full scaleless rattlesnake. I also have one that's got the microscalation on top of the head. I'm going to bet she proves to be het scaleless and we can produce full scaleless rattlesnakes. Anyway, that's a whole thing. Yeah, exactly. More beta scales. Right. And so when you get past that first shed, I think it's going to be a lot easier for us to tell. But anyway, that's where we're at. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to hop off here because, believe it or not, I've got a lot of computer work to go do at the other house. And yeah, a lot of stuff. And morph mixology, if you had 3 scaleless head clutches, you're going to be ahead of me. This is scaleless head clutch number 1. Right now, I guess I got to put that on camera for you to see it. And we got number 2 coming. And I think we missed on scaleless head number 3. But we will be putting our scaleless head male to several things again this year, trying to kind of get several different scaleless projects going. So yeah. And yes, A1A, we do have a scaleless rattlesnake. It's full scaleless Western Diamondback, and their pattern changes a ton with scalation. So it's really, really cool. But there we go. Oh, well, congratulations. Hopefully you hit the full scaleless if you got one cooking. And yeah, the baby was a bummer, guys. It was, but it's part of it. It really is. So, it's okay to get hurt. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to have a bad day, but it is part of this adventure. And I know that going in, that sometimes in this, you're going to get kicked in the balls. It's working with things that are alive. They don't always respond the way we want. It's just part of it. All right, guys. And anyway, we do a ton of lives. We do lives every time we cut eggs. So stick with us. You'll see a lot of lives. But I'm going to hop off here, slide over to our Patreon. Once I takes me to the other house, in about 5-10 minutes, guys, get on it. And then we will be doing some things over there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next week.